Okay, long time no conversation, right? Right? I think we should do this often. Yeah, I haven't had time to have a chit chat in a bit, and I really miss that. I haven't had time because I started a new career, and it is so hard. Boy, it is way harder than I imagined. I have a sudden respect for content creators that I didn't have before. I think I was one of those people that would undermine the effort. It takes a lot of effort to do content creation, and I genuinely see them in a different light. Yeah, right. I think we would think that because they enjoy doing it, right? Therefore, it should be easier in some ways. It's a whole lot harder than I thought, And I don't know. I just been having conversations, and at the end of the day, the truth is, whatever you do to make money, it's just hard. It's just so flipping hard, right? And that's the problem because you're trying to make money. That's really the problem. So it becomes tough, really. Um, I don't like being so busy. I find that people enjoy the concept of busy, I'm busy thing. I hate being busy. Really, I fought my way to not be busy. I think I had a terrible life-consuming job up until December 2024, and I have, I don't really wear my job on my chest. I don't really have, I think I have a lot of energy, I must say, right? So even when I was suffering, right, I would still come and dance because I enjoy dancing and that gave me life, right? Yeah, so I don't like to be busy. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't enjoy being busy. I fought my way out of busy. I've had 9-ish years of busy, and I'm not as busy as I was up until December 2024. I was up almost every other night, working when people were sleeping. And because some of you see me dancing on Instagram, you come and ask me if I'm lonely, if I'm. Girl, I don't even have time to be lonely. Like, I'm being serious. I was up almost every night deploying something, doing one thing or the other, and then some people come and try to force loneliness down my neck. I don't miss Babes. I adore Babes. Babes is my best friend, but I talk to her every day. We don't really have a time difference, right? So I talk to Babes every freaking day. I talk to her more than I talk to people in Nigeria. We're closer than ever. I don't need her to live with me. Maybe because we're just those people that like to stay by ourselves. I'm not so big on, living with people, right? Yeah, so I'm not lonely. I never have been. I've never had a time to be lonely, right? I'm not sure that I'm capable of feeling lonely, if I'm being honest. Uh, Everybody goes through, maybe you're done seeing someone, then you miss the person, and they start, feeling of, that's not loneliness. You miss that person. When it dies, it dies. I don't feel lonely. I can stay in my house from dusk to dawn and be great, right? So what I'm saying is, I'm not like people that enjoy and busy. I don't like to be busy. So this content creation is taking my life now more than it should. And I'm trying to see eventually I will get balance, right? And I hope and I pray that it results to what I want it to, because that was a very difficult decision to make. That was a very difficult decision I had to make. And my office, I couldn't conceive the thought of someone from my office seeing me do that. And people who see my stories, I'm peering at people who can view my stories almost every other day, because people assume that everyone can see my stories, and I misbehave a lot on IG, but I'm a different human being at work. I don't I'm just different, and I don't care for them to see that side of me, right? So when I decided I wanted to do content creation, ooh, that was the most difficult part, my office. Because if I'm being honest, I don't have a problem with the stage. I feel like I was born to be on stage, right? And somehow that part of me was not fulfilled. And I was good with it. I really did not have a challenge not eventually living that life. Ah, is that the right way to put it? I would say that I was adjusted to not getting there, right? Yeah, because I said that because I remember saying something to my sister a while back that, I would always feel like I was meant to be on stage, right? But then I was comfortable. I was okay. It was just a dream that I had that didn't have to come true. Some dreams don't come true, and I was fine with that, right? Uh, so it wasn't my wanting to be on stage that pushed me to do content creation. It was more I'm desperate to be rich. Like I'm fucking desperate. I'm desperate to be rich, right? I really, really, I think my whole life, right? And when I say this, people kind of wonder, is it that you never wanted to be rich? It's just I always wanted to be successful, right? The thing is, I wanted to be successful. I always was fighting to get a good job, to get this, that, and have a good life, have this, and somehow I always want something really nice, right? I like fancy cars. I like but I wasn't trying to get a good job. I wasn't thinking of it as I want to have so much wealth. I wasn't really looking at it that way. I don't know how to explain it. I could write and try to put it into words, but now I want to be rich. Every single thing that I do should translate to money. Every single thing that I do should translate to money. So I'm not living a life anymore that is just for now. My success definition of success right now is money, because I've had the career. I do have. I like the life that I've lived, or the life that I live. Right. I have a sense of purpose from having a good career. I have, I'm comfortable with career, right? Right now, I just want to be rich, like really, and that's why I did it, and it was, so I did it, and I would struggle with, oh, my colleagues can see me dancing, and I would constantly struggle with that, right? And I feel like right now I'm open to people making comments that you would never have thought of making in this lifetime, right? And that's difficult, but like I say, I've been saying to people, my quest for wealth supersedes every other thing at this point, right? I think that we all have a limit to the things that we can do when we want something, and I do have my limits, and this is certainly not one of it, right? I am more than willing to do it, and guess what? I love it. We'll have a different conversation of how how that decision came about, right? The content creation, right? We'll have a different talk about that, but yeah, I'm happy to do what I do, and then I struggle with people. I'm talking too much. I came here to say that it's my birthday on the 31st of July, and if you do have questions that you want me to answer, just leave me a message and I would answer, right? And yeah, that's it really. Bisous bisous.